You do not want to live Iman Gazhi's lifestyle or any of these other gurus that you see online and on social media. And I'm making this video specifically for the people that haven't made any money online yet, or they're just starting to come into a little bit of money. So I know you see all these guys on social medias that are going on yachts and they're buying supercars and they're buying tons of watches and all these extravagant parties and traveling all over the world. And you're seeing these things and you're dreaming about the day that you are able to do these things for yourself. And that is what is driving you. And you're like, I cannot wait to make all this money so I can go do XYZ, partying, cars, watches, etc. But I can tell you from experience that this is a massive trap. And most of the guys that you watch online, they wouldn't even be living that way if it wasn't their only way of selling their products. And I'm gonna share things with you guys in this video that I've never shared before with anyone about how this trap almost messed up my life in 2022. So let me take you back to 2022. So this was the first year where I started to actually make some pretty good money as I was scaling Closify. And in 2022, I also turned 21 years old in February while living in Miami, while also having never really partied before. So being this young kid that started to make a decent amount of money and living in Miami, I started to chase all of the things that I thought I wanted because of all the people that I saw living this lifestyle online. So I did things like I went and I bought a BMW. I started going on yachts almost every single weekend with my friends, and I started going to clubs and getting a section and spending thousands of dollars there. And I ultimately blew a ton of money all the way throughout 2022. And in doing so, this messed up a few things very badly that I want to tell you about. The first thing this really messed up is momentum. I had a ton of momentum with Closify in 2022. We were achieving hockey stick like growth. We were closing clients like crazy. Our team was growing and our revenue was literally just going like this all the way up until around the summer, where things were going very well and I got very comfortable with the numbers that we were at. And I started doing all these different things of going out and yachts and buying dumb stuff and doing all these different things that ultimately made us plateau. And instead of money only being a tool used to grow my business and grow my income, instead it turned into a tool that was basically finding personal pleasures and again going out in boats and tons of dinners and all these different things. The second thing that it really messed up is it made me stop doing the things that I enjoyed when I was growing up. I basically stopped playing tennis, which was basically my whole childhood. I didn't really do that anymore. I kind of deleted it from my life almost. And the other thing that it messed up is I didn't really just hang out with my friends anymore just to like talk to them, be around them, like converse. We would only hang out when we were going out to basically go out and drink. And so looking back now, had I stayed focused and I kept, doing my deep work and focusing on growing the business and only using money as a tool to grow the business and not go chase all these other things that I thought were cool because of what everyone else is doing. And if I would have taken that money and put it back into the business or put some into stocks, crypto, or even gave it away, it's crazy to even think about, and it's annoying to think about of how much further even today I would be had I not done that. But at the same time, I do also want to say this. I do not inherently regret it. Sometimes it takes actually doing the thing to actually be able to know and understand, like, okay, this is not actually what fulfills me. This is not actually what I enjoy. And I can also say that I've lived that lifestyle now and that it ultimately wasn't for me and it's not what I want to do and it doesn't align with my goals. But so let's talk about why I'm making this video. Because the ultimate goal of this video is to help the person watching this avoid the mistakes that I made and go further faster than I did. So why should you get into online business and have the goal of making a ton of money? The first critical point that you are trying to get to when you start a business is getting to the point where money is no longer a stressor in your life. This normally comes around having 12 months of living expenses saved in the bank, as well as having a consistent income. And again, this is step one. And then where most people go wrong is they get here and then the car comes and then the watch comes and then the clubs and boats and all these things come and they're right back to square one, stressing about money again. So once you get here, you need to double down. And to help you do that, you're going to create 4 bank accounts for your business. And this is called the FORT strategy. It's not my strategy. I saw it somewhere and I stole it from some guy, but I thought it was really cool and really helpful. So I'm going to share it with you too. So the F stands for future. This is where you're going to put money that you're anticipating for future expenses. So this could be hires that you want to make in the future. This could be if you want to save up for like an annual plan of a software that you use. This is all for your possible future expenses that you're planning for. O stands for your operating expenses. So this bank account is to cover all of your actual operating expenses to run your business. This is like for your team, for all the softwares that you're currently using, things like that. R stands for reserves. So this is kind of like your safety net for your business. So if anything were ever to go bad, you go into your reserves and you have that safety net of cash in this account. And then T is for taxes. Obviously, when you're self-employed, you either pay quarterly or you don't pay until the end of the year, and you don't want to forget about those. So you want to have a separate account where you put all the money that you anticipate to pay in taxes into that account. And so to talk about kind of the distribution of how it should be, and so roughly for the distribution, you want to put about 10% into your futures account. You want to put 30 to 40% into your operating account, and then 10% into reserves, and then about 30% into taxes, and the rest of the money is what you can distribute to yourself if you choose. But your goal should be to pay yourself as little as possible for as long as possible to live a decent life. It doesn't mean you need to live frugally and you need to eat ramen every day. Like, you can still buy yourself the healthy foods and live in a decent apartment, but by no means should you be living like a baller yet and be trying to do all these things of buying the fancy cars, fancy dinners all the time, watches, all these different types of things. The only use of money for you at this point should be using money to grow your business and grow your income. That is the only utility money has for you at this point. And literally by doing this alone, I promise you, you will be ahead of 95% of people. Because trust me, everyone makes their first 10K a month and they go inflate their lifestyle and they all end up blowing and be back at square one, or sometimes they don't even get back to 10K a month. And if you can simply delay the gratification to have these things, because maybe you do want to try out this lifestyle of having cars, watches, whatever, just delay it longer than you think you need to if you even want to try it. So ultimately, why should you start an online business? And if there's one thing that gurus online say that is actually true, it is this: having an online business is the ultimate form of freedom. You can live where you want, work on your own hours, and you can make enough money where you can eventually take care of all the people around you. You can give money to causes that you actually care about. So you shouldn't look at these guys online, myself included, and be jealous of them or envious of the lifestyle that they're living. Because again, most of them probably wouldn't even live that way if it wasn't their only means to sell their product, because trust me from experience, it is not a very fulfilling life to try. And that's why you don't see any of that on my social media. There is zero lifestyle on my social media. It is literally just me here sitting in front of you talking to you about software. I'm not trying to portray that I live some sort of crazy lifestyle, because I don't. I live a very simple life. I play tennis, I play pickleball, I enjoy going out to dinner with my friends, and I work and I work out. That's about it. And at the time that you guys are actually watching this, I haven't had a sip of alcohol in probably 40 plus days, and I've never felt better mentally in terms of like clarity, never felt better physically, and I'm also making the most money I've ever made right now, and yet I'm spending less than I did in 2023. Money simply has zero utility to me right now other than growing my businesses and my influence. So stay true to you, build a dream life that is going to be your dream, not someone else's that you're seeing online and that you're kind of fantasizing their lifestyle and thinking that's what you want when really you want something different that's more true to you. I hope you guys found this video helpful and gives you some direction of the reasons why you're actually trying to make money online. And if you enjoyed this video, then you'll love my newsletter. I send daily insights like this. I send things that are working in my companies, mindset things that I do. So if you guys would enjoy that, it's free. I send almost daily. I'll put the link in the description for you guys to join that. Besides that, I'll catch you guys in the next one.